Following an address from the president, Texas Republican Congressman Louie Gohmert said this.
Now, how about instead, if the president does his job to protect Americans from all enemies, foreign and domestic, get his head out of the hole or wherever it is and acknowledge that radical Islam is a problem?
That's what the congressman said before, and the president spoke again last night, and Congressman Gohmert is back this morning. Shaking your head. Is that your reaction to the president's speech last night?
Well, that's a minimalist reaction, Stuart, because here he is advocating more gun control laws when his administration, 7 years now, right at it, his administration has never reached the level of prosecutions of gun laws that Bush did his last 5 years. Has not. And then in 2013, those prosecutions declined even worse. 2014, fewer prosecutions. 2015, a record low for this administration. And so he's out asking for more gun laws when he's not even enforcing the ones he and 72 of his own Department of Homeland Security employees are on the no-fly list. He really should clean up his house before he starts taking everything out of the rest of our houses.
The New York Times put out an editorial on the front page, first time they've done that since 1920. It came on a Saturday, and they're saying, we want gun control. In fact, they went further and said that some weapons now in the hands of Americans should be taken off them. It was confiscation is what they were talking about in the New York Times.
Yeah, they would have been wonderful to help King George III right before the Revolution with that kind of talking, because Americans realize this administration is not protecting them. And in fact, Stuart, have you seen the January 29, 1961 speech by John F. Kennedy, where he said, "Today we need a nation of Minutemen, citizens who are not only prepared to take up arms, but citizens who regard the preservation of freedom as a basic purpose of their daily life, and who are willing to consciously work and sacrifice that freedom. The cause of liberty, the cause of America cannot succeed without any other."
That was John Kennedy?
That was John Kennedy, 1961. Obama may want to compare himself to Kennedy. He is at the farthest end of the spectrum from Kennedy. Kennedy is encouraging people to be self-reliant, and Kennedy was actually trying to get the bad guys off the street. This administration, fewer prosecutions, problems within his own administration, and they're the problems. And, you know, the Muslim Brotherhood publication in December of 2012 had a great article in the Egyptian paper talking about 6 of Obama's top advisors, like Imam Majid, are Muslim brothers. And, you know, I get criticized for bringing that up, but the Muslim Brotherhood was the ones that were bragging about having the top advisors to the president. It's kind of advisor that would tell him to come out after Christians, Jews particularly, were singled out at a Christmas party in San Bernardino and say, we've got to protect the Muslims.
He wouldn't call it a Christmas party. The president called it a holiday party.
Yeah, well, he calls his a holiday tree. Hey, Stuart, our new speaker, Paul Ryan, called it a Christmas tree at the Capitol. He can call it what he wants to at the White House.
Yes, sir. Louie Gohmert, popular guest on this program. Thanks for being with us again.
Thank you. Great to be with you, Stuart.